Welcome back to AutOdometer. Today we're looking at the engine in a 2001 Chevrolet Silverado. Here in this Chevy Silverado, we have quite a bit of cooling airspace between the fan shroud and the engine. This is a V6 engine, so let's get started with the review and check it out. Got the air filter box here, mass airflow sensor, and the overflow tube to the radiator, which connects to the coolant reservoir. Here on the coolant reservoir, we have a couple tubes coming in and out. We have some tubes there on the bottom, a tube going from the top to the bottom, looking like it's for just some breathing and pressure regulation. Next up, we have part of the air conditioning system. You have the high pressure port right here. You have an expansion valve between the small and the big lines. We also have the AC dryer right here. You have the low and high pressure ports on the same line because you have the expansion valve right in between. You can see down here as we adjust the lighting that the AC dryer is dropping out any water moisture building up in the AC lines. Just take a look at the left side of the engine block here. We have the exhaust headers. You can see that there is 3 exhaust headers on this side. It's going to be 3 on the other side, so we got a V6. You got the air intake right here with the boot and the throttle body. We have the throttle body laying horizontally. You have the throttle cable right here. Right here you have the alternator pulley, the idler pulley, the tensioner pulley, and in the center here we have the water pump. You see you have these radiator tubes going up to the coolant reservoir for the expansion and contraction of the radiator fluid. Right there it looks like you might have your thermostat. Take that housing off and that is your thermostat. You follow some more of these radiator lines right here connecting to the other side of the radiator. That is the upper tube. Then this right here you have the AC compressor with the AC lines going all the way to the dryer or coming out of the dryer as the dryer drops out the moisture. Then you have the compressor compressing the AC fluid and then cooling off the heat from the compressor going into the, I believe it's the condenser or evaporator or condenser, going right here where it cools off, takes some of the air coming in from the grill and cools off the AC fluid after it was compressed. Trying to get the best shot for you here. You can see another line right there. Looks like it is the power steering line. You got the rack and pinion right here. If you saw, we had that power steering line coming out of the fan shroud area, and it looks like the power steering fluid is actually cooled here in this Chevy. Here you got the power steering pump with the pulley, and right there you have the crankshaft pulley there at the bottom middle. So come over to the right, check out some different things over here on the right. Obviously you got the battery, positive negative terminal, negative positive the fuse box, the brake master cylinder reservoir, the cylinder underneath, the brake booster. You have the hose coming off, coming from the pulling back vacuum from the air intake to allow the vacuum brake booster to work. You have the oil addition port. You have the camshafts underneath the valve covers right here. You can tell that it has V6 markings on it. You see those exhaust headers down there, just like the other side. And here we have the oil dipstick. Come down here, you get to see the radiator lines going into the heater core. Right there you have a resonator, that big black box. And the resonator will dampen sound coming from the engine when the throttle body's open. Come back over here and you see the steering rack going into the firewall, where as you turn your wheel it will turn the rack and pinion power steering system. You can see in this Chevy Silverado everything is open and you can see pretty much any component. It'd be really easy to work on this car. This isn't my car, unfortunately, but if you want to do any work on a 2001 Chevy Silverado, you can see that there is plenty of space to do work on. This has been the engine review for the 2001 Chevy Silverado. If you want to head over to my website and learn a little bit more about the car systems, I've narrowed it down to about 12 different car systems. Go to the interactive section, click on any system that you want, and play around with the tool and learn a little bit about the systems in a car. This has been AutOdometer. I hope you enjoyed this. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.